the Miss Beautiful Young Chloe Bailey, recently, with the last couple of weeks, decided to apologize or...
She didn't apologize.
I ain't gonna say apologize.
Take it as an apology.
I didn't say apologize. Explain herself about being herself to the public. Mm-hmm. How do y'all feel about that? I didn't think she needed to do it.
I don't think she...
But
I feel like she did it more for herself.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Than anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't take it as... People like, y'all made her cry. I don't think people make... I think she was just crying because... You know how like when you get emotional, if you're like expressing yourself and then you just like...
It's overwhelming.
And it gets overwhelming. I think it was just that. I don't think it was like... Oh, the internet, now I'm like going to go kill myself. To me, I didn't get it. People, I'm saying like people were commenting like under it, like, y'all leave her alone. And like, she's
no, but I mean,
that was a little bit of a driving force.
Yeah, because like, here's the thing. She does handle, and that's what I was going to say. She handles her social media.
Yeah.
It's clear that she handles her social media. So it was a little bit that. I think it was a mix of she was checking messages and saw, whoa, this is getting out of hand as far as what people are thinking, and then it's a 50% as what Mike said, where she was just more so explaining like, all right guys, look, let me set the record straight real quick. And so it really, I think people definitely went too far with both things as far as the initial reaction to her challenge, and then also the cleanup or the sort of rally behind her, as far as that, because I feel like you said, there was no real apology. She was more so explaining herself, and the tears weren't necessarily like all sad tears. There was definitely more so just like a release where it was like, I'm just happy I can get to this point type thing.
Yeah.
But, like you said, I think it was more so overwhelming, sort of, she hasn't gotten that. Like I said, I think that they branched from probably a manager run joint account to now separate individual accounts,
and it was coming. I knew. I feel like all their fans knew it was. It was a matter of time. They're two growing individuals. I've watched them since they were YouTube. 9, 10, 11-year-olds. Mm-hmm. So it was a matter of time because you can only share an account with an adult for so long. I thought it was also very ironic that I think a lot of the people that were like complaining or whatever don't know their music, because if you see in their performances, she's worn way less and she's done the same thing that she did in the Busted video. So it was kind of like, what are y'all really complaining about? Y'all haven't seen, like, this isn't anything like extra.
Right.
It just seems extra because they have separate accounts and she's by herself and da 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 da.
And people have sexualized way less.
Way less, yeah.
And that's what I didn't get, and that's what goes
like
to Mike's point, where it goes to when it's a black woman, it's demonized, and it's more so oh, here comes the extra. And you get that because there's a sense of, like you said, Candace, whereas there's a sense of pride. There's a sense of, oh, we don't get to show this. We haven't gotten to show this. So here we are. We get to have this confidence. And then you get people who clearly see that. And I think that that's what a lot of people miss. That of the general public, a lot of us sometimes forget that there are people whose actual agenda is to look at a black woman who is making progress and say, I hate this, and make a point to tear that down. And so we forget that it's not just like people being extra and hating because, oh, she's pretty. Like, there are people who just literally hate the image of a black woman being happy. And so it's like, especially now after the whole Trump thing that we had, where we have this whole transference of power, that now everybody goes back into their shell and back into their hiding. And you're going to get those behind the keyboard people who are literally just smiling behind an account that probably could have a black person's, face on it, or it could have a black woman's face on it, and is saying mean, hurtful things in order for Chloe to think that, oh man, I'm getting attacked by my own community. And that's really not even the case. And we have to even think about that stuff. And so it's like, with all that, said and done, in the scheme of black women trying to sort of take their individuality with something like that, I feel like Chloe did exactly what she was supposed to do. She got, maybe she shouldn't have said anything at all. There's an argument for that. But,
oh yes, I'm that person.
But I think that in the way that she presented herself in that, it let her fans know that she's not shaken by it. You know, if she didn't say anything at all, there would have always been speculation. There would have always been a person who said, "Oh, but you don't know. She probably was torn up about it for weeks. You see, she ain't saying nothing about it." You know, and so I think that saying something really kind of set that aside, got people to rally behind her even more, and she got it out. She was able to face that and be like, you know what, I don't care. And now she can go even further in finding whatever it is that she wants to find on that side of her sexuality.
It's funny just listening to both of y'all speak. I had added to another thought of what I wanted to say, because like you said, I was one of them people. I'm like, you don't need to explain yourself to them. But listening to you all speak as far as what herself personally and how she wanted to, what it would do for her, it was like maybe a release to like, let me let y'all know, you know,
this one time, because I ain't telling y'all again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who I am. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I would have like, I mean, y'all know how I just feel like it gets to a point where explaining yourself to people becomes unnecessary, because no matter what you say to a lot of people as far as explaining who you are and what you want to be and what you want to express for yourself to make yourself happy, they just they don't care, because there's something wrong with them. They just want to be assholes. They just want to just fuck with you. So it's like, fuck you. Like, if she would have said, y'all really got a problem with me showing myself, being showing my sexuality, expressing my woman like features, and showing y'all I'm a bad motherfucker, fuck you. Like, she should have said that. I would have loved that shit, because it's like, that's my type of mindset, because it's a lot, like, people just really want to say shit, especially the age of trolling.
That's a lot of it too. Just like, you just want to say something strong and wrong.
You know, but you're also a 33-year-old man who's been in entertainment. She is a 23-year-old woman who just really hit her stride as far as popularity. That it's like,
and that's why I say in the beginning, it's like, okay, I get the perspective.
She definitely doesn't have that security to be like, fuck you.
Yeah. She did say in her, she's just now getting to the point where she's confident, and which is crazy to me. They both have always been very cute girls to me.
That's why you never know.
You never know, and so let her revel in her beauty, because she's great.
I wanted to get into that, what she had said, because she had made statements as far as she started to feel comfortable with her body and how it looked, and expressing herself with the body that she has and loving it and things like that. As far as when it comes to black women, what you think is some ways we can be more, I guess, helping of black women express themselves, let them enjoy themselves?
In what way?
In a way of, especially sexually. This is my thing when it comes to sexually. That was a horrible question. I ain't even button it.
Like sexuality or sexually, like sex? Sexuality. Because this is my thing. Sexuality is such a natural thing. It's here no matter what. You in a relationship, you gonna still look at somebody that you ain't dealing with in a sexual way. It's just who we are as human beings. What I feel is that over time, it's been pushed to the negative so hard on people's mind, and like, oh, you can't do. Oh, it's like, but we don't do things our body doesn't naturally have us react to. You know what I'm saying? We don't just wake up and for the most part we do, but our body, we get a sense sometimes of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is it like? What's the thing about when you get older, your knee start hurting, mean it's finna rain or some shit like that? It's true.
So sexuality is just something we get a sense around. Now, controlling it, that is a very personal thing. Being smart, understanding it, but letting black women express themselves sexually and be free, because I really just do not like that they're so pigeonholed of being expressive of themselves, but so many people, other ethnicities, get to steal from them and express themselves with the same qualities, the same achievements that black women do.